First and foremost, welcome to the experience. I'm your host, Stephen the Dream, and this is This, That, and the Third interview series. I got a very, very special guest with me in the building today. She is the queen of the Queen City
And all of that.
and all of that. She been doing her thing in terms of the music, and really in terms of putting other people on in a platform and not being no hater in this city, which we need a lot less of. We got the Queen of the East, Mary Mack, in the building. What's good, Mary?
What's up, Steven?
How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing real good. I'm doing real good. Of course, I seen you been doing your thing on the internet a lot, and especially with this COVID time, a lot of things has changed. But I know
Oh
right
yeah.
before, like you was moving real heavy early in 2020 in terms
Mhm.
of moving around in the country. You know what I'm saying? About to
Mhm.
go out to Texas and do things like that. Just take us back to what the beginning of the year was compared to where we at right now.
Okay. So the beginning of the year, it was like fresh meat. Like I was just
Mm.
getting really, really jumping off the porch. Like I had a team. I was being pushed. I was being backed, and it all happened way quicker than we expected it to happen. Like
Mm.
they was like, "Look, we just gotta get your tape out there. We gotta get it out there. We gotta get it out there." So I was in the studio like every night for like a month, and then the next month we dropped the tape. And after that, we were booked and busy. Like
Mm.
every week I had a show. It wasn't a weekend I didn't perform. Like I
Damn.
was performing multiple times throughout the week, and then we started getting paid for the shows. So,
And this just starting your whole career at
mhm,
that, because I know early on, like a couple years ago, you was doing like the freestyles. Like
mhm.
you would drop a couple freestyles. What was your favorite freestyle that you dropped?
My favorite freestyle that I dropped personally is the one that Plies reposted. And it's not
Mm.
because he reposted it, but it was because like it was really fire. And I remember like really taking my time to do it. It was Father's Day. I'm like talking with my dad. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do this challenge. Like
Mm.
they tagging me on it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I did it that night. And I had to record the video so many times because I kept fucking up. And I was like, look, I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right.
Right.
And I went to sleep that night, and my friend was like, "You ready to go viral tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Man, I ain't going viral, man.
Y'all
It's not." I
called
was
it.
like, "It's not gonna happen like that. I ain't going viral." And by the time I woke up, like it was just messages on messages, and I'm looking at the views on it, and I'm like, "This not the views from my page." I'm like, "Wait, it's plus." Like, okay, so it's like that. Okay,
Damn.
so then after that, it actually motivated me. So that's why it's my favorite one because it made me know like I could do it for real.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the one where you said, "I'll beat a bitch up."
I
Uh,
beat it up. Yep.
uh, and I like the charisma in your rap, but really when you actually listen, you actually can rap. So
Mhm.
I want to know, like, how long have you been able to really do that? Because I'll say in this game, I guess it's different now. Like it
Mhm.
can, it's not as authentic as we think it is. From what I could tell, Mary Mack really got bars. Like
Mhm.
it ain't no question about that. But is
Right.
that something that has been cultivated over time, and you just didn't know to become an artist with it, or like you just had to, or you been doing this joint, like been rapping, high school, early middle school, like
Like I've been doing music. Don't get me wrong.
okay,
Like since I could talk, since I could mimic a song, like I've been singing and doing stuff. That's just like growing up in church. But like actually rapping, like my
mm,
mom used to play around all the time, like freestyling when I was in high school. So I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to freestyle. Like, and I would just do it all the time, playing around with my friends. And to be real, like I was like my peoples. They used to try to get me to rap all the time, but I hadn't learned how to write. So I wasn't confident in rapping
mm,
other people's words like that. Like I'm like, I'm not really feeling it, so I couldn't really say it like I felt it. So I was like, I'm gonna learn how to write on my own, and started with the freestyles. And then I
okay,
got bold enough to actually put it out there, and that's when I did like the baby Gorilla Glue
right,
challenge. That was my
right.
first one.
What was your first song about? The one that you actually wrote, and what was the content of it? Do you remember? Did you have
Yeah.
a idea going into it? Like, I'm gonna get this off, or what was the concept behind it?
Well, really, it was just like, well, I just want to make sure I rap about something that I'm really doing. Like, so the concept
Mm,
behind it was like, whatever I'm talking about, I always write based off of how I'm feeling at the moment. But
okay,
I always want to make sure that there's no cap in my rap. Like, I'm
okay,
telling you the real, like, this is the real. So, my first song that I ever wrote, it was like, give me the bag, give me the cash, give me the loot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drip down in designer, check out my shoes. And it was so
okay,
fire, right? And I'm like, it was
okay.
my first time like really recording. I was recording it in somebody's bathroom, but no hate because it was nice. The song was good, and as soon as I did the song and started doing the freestyles, people started calling to book me to perform places. And I hadn't put the song out. The song wasn't mixed and mastered. And I only played clips of it on my page. And then a club out in Rockingham called me and was like, we want to bring you out here. And I got paid for my first show before I even had a song out.
What you think it was like because like it's people now, they've been rapping for 20 years, still ain't seen $1 from a show, much less, you know, a place, a whole nother city, you know,
Right.
bringing you out. Like what do you think it is that attracted them to bring you to pay you?
Because like my music make you feel something. That's what I think. I think it make you feel something, and I think that a lot of people can relate to it, and it's different, you know. And then my city is behind me, so because my city already behind me, it make the other cities want to be behind me too. So I appreciate that.
You say that in the music too. You know, you got the city behind you.
Yeah.
Where you from? For the people that don't know.
From the east side.
From the east side of where?
East side of Charlotte.
East side of
A
Charlotte.
lot of east side.
Okay, what was it like growing up on the east? What do people know? Give them some landmarks. Give them some stuff if
So
they real east
I
side.
grew up off of Albemarle Road,
Okay.
Monroe Road,
Okay.
Village Lake. So it was definitely very fun living on the east. Like everybody lived in like all the neighborhoods is right there, all the apartments, so we could all walk to each other's houses. And then like everybody that's on the east has been on the east, and they still on the east for the most part. But it's just like that's family, you know.
Okay.
Like you grow up over there, even if you ain't blood, you blood. Like,
It's a lot of love that I see over there. It's a lot of dope artists that come out the east too, and I see that
A
y'all
lot.
show love. Like that's a good thing to see. If Mary Mack wasn't rapping, what would Mary Mack be doing? Like, what did you want to do growing up, just as a girl from the east side of Charlotte? Like, growing up, was it always to be a rapper, to be an entertainer? Like,
Well, I've always wanted to just be an entrepreneur, right? So, like, I've done different business ventures, but this music is the biggest business venture I could have ever done. Like, building a brand is the same thing as opening any other, like, business that you could possibly. I have to manage myself. I got to make sure that I'm bringing money in. I got to make sure that the people around me that are assisting me with my brand are also making money. So, it's the same thing. So, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So, this music is the same thing.
Mary Mack, this, that, and the third interview series. You're, of course, a beautiful woman. I gotta tell you that.
Thank you.
And you in a vicious game. You know what I'm saying? Especially music, even with being a boss like you are. How do you balance it out, knowing, like, even in, I'm gonna tell you my favorite song about you. I'm gonna tell you my story. Because in my story, you really say, like, you know, I've been played, I've been dragged through, you know, this and that. Like, how is it managing your career and then also knowing, like, people gonna look at you and just maybe want you, you know?
Well, at this point, I'm grown, you know, and if I want somebody, then I will pursue that person as well. So, but I also carry myself with respect. So, people are going to treat you how you allow yourself to be treated.
true.
I don't allow anybody to treat me
true.
any type of way. I carry myself a certain type of way, and everybody respects me for that. Like, I don't have too many people that will disrespect me unless they don't know me that well. And because my goons is with me, like, you can only do so much, you know.
And Queen of the Queen City, you say, I don't dance. I got them hands.
Listen,
you know?
I don't dance, but I be the bitch up. You know what I'm saying? I don't dance, but I got them hands like OBJ.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Let's do this. Let's get into the video. Queen of the Queen City. When did you let's just put it out there on the table. If you call yourself the Queen of the Queen City, then why? Why? When did you proclaim that, and why do you feel like you can stand on that?
The reason why is because for the longest I've been known as the Queen of the East. And that's just not self-proclaimed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the East, they say it too. And when I realized that it wasn't just the East side that was backing me, when I realized the people on the West, the North, the South, then I can't keep just yelling I'm the Queen of the East. I'm the Queen of the Queen City. My whole city behind me. So I got them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I became the Queen of the Queen City.
I like it. And I've seen it too. When we get back, we're gonna watch the visual for Queen of the Queen City. When we get back, I want to talk about, like I said, you really out here putting on for a lot of people, and really making smart business moves on your own. But let's get into the visual. Introduce it for the people. Let them know what they're about to see.
All right, so this is Queen of the Queen City by Mary Mack.
All right, it's this, that, and the third interview series. Stephen the Dream, Mary Mack. We'll be right back.
The composer. J bang that beat.
I'm a queen, body lean, turned your nigga to a fiend. She was mad, she was sick, cause her nigga wanted me. I don't dance, there's no chance that your nigga getting me. I'm the queen of the Queen City, Mary Mack can keep it litty, yeah. Mary Mack, blessing every track.
Yeah, yeah.
You a bird, you need to relax.
Man, I swear she do.
Talking shit, that can get you slapped.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in VIP, you standing in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Boss up, bitch, before you even cross the line. I'm the hardest MC, bitches hammer time. You don't even have no business, but I handle mine. I've been working several jobs, you been getting tired. Run it up, I'm gonna get it till sun is up. None of you bitches have done enough. I hate it for you, I'm coming up. I'm going up on the feature. That's for the one in the bleachers. I hope the message has reached her, cause Mary Mack can't take a seat, cause I'm a queen, body lean, turned your nigga to a fiend. She was mad, she was sick, cause her nigga wanted me. I don't dance, there's no chance that your nigga getting me. I'm the queen of the Queen City, Mary Mack can keep it litty. I'm a queen, body lean, turned your nigga to a fiend. She was mad, she was sick, cause her nigga wanted me. I don't dance, there's no chance that your nigga getting me. I'm the queen of the Queen City, Mary Mack can keep it litty, yeah. You a dummy, bitch, you funny, you don't even get no money. I'm so tired of y'all hating, ODG be flexing stunting. We done got it out the mud, got a city, show me love. Put my foot up on they neck, round running up a check. Better stay up out my way, or there will be price to pay. I ain't scared to catch no fade, I got hands like OBJ. Nigga, I don't dance, so get up out my face. Cause all you wanna do is just grab up on my waist. Cause I'm a queen, body lean, probably in his fucking dreams. That's the only time he'll touch it, cause he can't get close to me. I'll just adjust my crown, ain't no one approaching me. Mary Mack is the queen, ain't no one dethroning me. I'm a queen, body lean, turned your nigga to a fiend. She was mad, she was sick, cause her nigga wanted me. I don't dance, there's no chance that your nigga getting me. I'm the queen of the Queen City, Mary Mack can keep it litty. I'm a queen, body lean, turned your nigga to a fiend. She was mad, she was sick, cause her nigga wanted me. I don't dance, there's no chance that your nigga getting me. I'm the queen of the Queen City, Mary Mack can keep it litty, yeah.
Mary Mack, blessing every track. Yeah, yeah. You a bird, you need to relax. Man, I swear she do. Talking shit, that can get you slapped. Yeah, yeah. I'm in VIP, you standing in the back. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the bike on. The bike rolling. Fuck it, ain't nothing.
That bike sucks, bro.
Ain't shit.
Back in the building, this, that, and the third interview series. Stephen the Dream, Mary Mack, Queen of the Queen City. Mary, what I really like too is you got that lingo. You know that the one thing that I love you be showing appreciation. You hit them with a thank you. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it even in your videos for She Ain't Like Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You was even telling the girl like, she ain't like me. You had Mary Wack going against her. Mm-hmm. Where do you get that creative style from? Is that something that you always had in you? Is that something you always been doing? Or?
Well, it was just like we in the South, so I'm gonna always have my little lingo or whatever. But as far as like creativity with the videos and stuff like that, like everything is just me. Like my management told me, he was like, "This is your dream. You don't wait for somebody to tell you how your video is gonna be. Like you come up with your own concept, you get your people, and you make it happen." And so that's what we've been doing. And I appreciate my friends because when I asked them to pull up, they pulls up. And they always, dressed up and in character. And my best friend came and she had no clue that she was going to have to play the role of Mary Wack. But she did it. And she did it, wholeheartedly. So she did awesome.
Mary, who is Liftoff about?
Lift off.
Cause I feel like he was going in on lift off, and you ain't gotta say it, but I mean, is that something that you can spar with your words like that? Cause it sounded like it was like, hey, whoever made mad on that joint,
Well,
you told
lift
about
off.
it.
I mean, lift off is more so just about me taking off. Like I'm not stagnant at all. It don't matter what's going on. If y'all see me complete something, just know that I'm working on something else. Like so, it's just letting you know, like I'm about to lift off. Like I'm the type of chick to show my gifts off. I don't hustle. You know what I'm saying? I hustle.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like I'm not out here shaking up for
Yeah,
whatever.
you told her she on her back to get it. She
You
got
know what I'm
that.
saying? You laying on your back to get to the cash. I'm not that kind of person. Like I'm a strong, independent person, and I can do it on my own. You know.
Who's some of your role models, or some of the people that you look to for inspiration?
Man, that is a good question. But one of my biggest role models that I really, really admire is gonna be Taraji, and it's because she's such a strong Black woman, and she's a single mom. You know, and I'm a single mom, and it just like motivates me. I'm like, look, Taraji can do it. Shoot, she had her son. She was in college. Like I could do it too.
Big
like there's
facts.
nothing I cannot do. Like
How many kids you have?
one son.
One son. Does he listen to your music?
Does he listen to my music?
Okay.
Yes, he listens to my music, and he calls and he tells all his friends, and he also raps, and he's awesome. He's
Okay.
awesome.
You keep,
Like, he got bars. You know, my baby even helped me with my songs sometimes. He'll be like, "Mommy, put this ad lib right here." Like he'll be like, "Say fa fa fa," and I'll be like, "Okay."
You throw it
He'll
in
be like,
there.
"You know, I'm the ad lib king." I'll be like, "Okay, yeah."
That's
and I
dope
go
to
to
see.
the studio and I fa fa fa.
That's dope to see that you can, relate with your son like that,
Yeah,
especially on
absolutely.
something that music can bring so many people together. It can do so much to us emotionally as well. As far as like moving forward, like what do you want to do in terms of just be in the music? Because you said Taraji. Now it make me think. Do you want to step into acting? Like is that?
I definitely want to
is
step
that-
into acting. I've done it in the past. Definitely want to continue to do that.
You got other
and-
business ventures as well. Is music like the means to something else? Like you said, you work in something
Yeah,
else.
I
but
mean,
is it?
I'm always thinking passive income. So anything that I do with this music stuff is to make sure that I'm set forever without having to really work that hard. So I always got different little goals and dreams. I don't like to talk about stuff too much until it's already done and
There you
nobody
go.
can interfere with it. But just know I always got something up my sleeve.
Right,
Always.
right. I'll say this. You took the initiative to, reach out to me. We was at a show. I saw you perform. You was like, yo, I got something going on. Pull up on me. I pulled up, and I saw the energy that you had, replicated with a showcase to bring all these artists through. Then you showed love to the artists, something that a lot of showcases won't do. Literally give back, and I thought that was dope. Fast forward a couple weeks later, Wednesday nights at Deluxe, you hosting your own event every week, and I realized, yo, the people that's coming out, they come to see Mary Mack perform. Like, it's dope to have a great showcase, but what does it mean for you to be able to put that platform out for the artists, but also have a stage every week to just do your thing?
It means a lot, man. I really enjoy watching the artists. I really enjoy networking with the artists. If you really just go through all my songs, and y'all will see on my next tape, I got so many songs with so many people right here in the city. Because I love my local artists, and but when I play their stuff, I play my stuff, I play all of our
Right,
stuff. So,
right.
I mean, it's really, really good to just see them be able to have a platform and just know, like, we not out here trying to take from you. We want you to get up here, show us what you got, and if you like that, let's go to the stew. Like, we did the one show, and we had the guest judges come, and we gave away money. And after giving away the money, like the rest of the money that I made from the party, I took everybody to the studio, and I just paid
Oh,
for
shit.
studio hours until we was tired of recording. And I
Oh,
stayed at. We
shit.
went to Audio Box. I went over there with probably about 30 artists, and we stayed at Audio Box till about 6 in the morning.
And you on Mary Mack done. On Mary Mack's
On Mary
done.
Mack
You
dime.
know
I
what
paid
I'm
for
saying?
it, used my beats, everything. Like, come on, let's work. And that's just to show, like I care about it, like for sure.
You dropped the tape earlier this year. That was this year, right?
I dropped that tape at the end of last year.
That was the end of last year. What do you think is the growth between that and now? And you? Because, I think that listening to it wasn't too much. You hit them with no hook earlier, showing what it was about. Like I said, my story is like the strong song on it. for me. But like, what's the growth for you that you've already seen?
Well, a lot has changed since that tape drop, just as far as people actually respecting me as an artist, because a lot of people do music but don't really do music, and it's a lot of people out here that's talented but aren't really putting their stuff out there. So like once I put it out there, it was like a different respect level that I got from the city. Like, okay, she ain't just really the queen of the East, she really is out here doing her thing. Like, we really do need to pull up at the shows.
Facts.
And I mean, it also changed for like, I was getting booked for shows, but then I started getting booked for big shows. Like, I'm getting calls like, we want you to come to South by Southwest. Like, we don't want you to pay anything. We want you to come. We want you to be on the main stage on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're going to take care of whatever you need us to take care of to get you there. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, me? Like, so it's just a blessing, man, truthfully.
Give me one second.
Okay, you need some water. I need a little water. You got it? But yeah, man, it was definitely a blessing though. Like, and one thing I could say though is that in the beginning I was rushing, so a lot of the stuff may have not been like the actual quality that it needed to be, but I needed people to take me seriously and to know like I'm working and I'm really doing this music stuff. So now moving forward, everybody is gonna see a change in the quality of my work. I'm not gonna rush it. The creativity of the videos are gonna be a lot more detailed. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that's about to happen. That's why I didn't rush my tape, because I was going to try to just drop EPs every month. Like, I was just start feeling it. I'm like, I'm doing this. But then when I dropped the EP and I got booked and I was performing 3-4 times a week, I couldn't be in the studio to just record. Like, but now it's different. I got songs lined up, and it's definitely going to be a different quality and body of work. And it's going to be a little bit more of me on there, a little bit more of, like, my story, like what you can really like see, like the real me,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm up here getting choked up over here because Mary Mack giving me that real right now.
You're so funny.
One more thing before we get you out of here. If we have this conversation a year from now, after the album done drop, where would you have liked to see yourself in terms of the statue of where you are? Like, of course, we can say the Megs, the Nickies, the Cardis, all them doing their thing. Is that where Mary Mack is gonna be, or do you think you can be above that within that same amount of time, a year?
I think that I could definitely be above that. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to them, but I'm just on a different type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I bring the sex appeal and all that too, but I bring some real, and it's
That's
a little
what I'm
bit
saying.
different.
The bars with
it's
it, man.
It's a little bit different than what you're used to hearing, but it's like that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody fuck with it, so I definitely think that I could take it beyond.
I believe in you, and I think the city need to get behind it the way that they is. More people need to tune in. We got the door open right now, and we don't have one. We don't have a female. We don't have not like you a female to baby, but we don't have that, and there's room for it. Why not be it?
The lane wide open. I mean, shout out to the people that do, that do respect it. Shout out to Sport. I mean, Sport hit me up and he put me on Passport Music. And I didn't know what Sport was calling me for. He hit me up. He like, Mary, we working. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking he want to throw a party or something.
Right.
He like, calls for Real Zay to go. And I'm like, okay, what's up? He like, this the beat. Y'all gonna split this verse and meet me at the studio tomorrow. And I go there and it's Noah and it's Hot Boy Shaq and it's ISO. And I'm like, wait, what's happening? So I'm about to do a song with all of them. Like, I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. Shout out to No Limit because, I mean, he got me in the rotation on Power 98. Like, they calling me. I'm at the table trying to write more songs. They like, you on the radio, So shout out to the people that definitely do back me, Sky City Boss, and the people, Greg Moneyman Jones, World's West Royce, the people in the city that booked me, that's known me since I was just a bottle girl, like now they paying me to come and putting me on the platform, and I appreciate them for
That's crazy to see where you come from. I'm sure they look at you and be like, dang.
Like that girl was slinging bottles a year ago.
Now
she
CDs.
got bars. Now she's slinging tapes and EPs out here. Like,
Mary, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at It's Something About Mary. It's spelled out normal. Ain't no extra nothing going on in there. It's Something About Mary. Or you can find me on Facebook at Mary Mack.
There it is, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Wednesdays at Deluxe. Y'all make sure to pull up on us.
Pull up.
Every week.
Thank you. It be like that.
I swear it be like that.
It be like that.
Want to give a huge shout out to the living room for housing the interview today. Creative eye visuals behind the scenes, TZ LaFleur, TZ Da Vinci. Make sure y'all give us a follow at This, That, and the Third interview series for more interviews, clips, and freestyles. Make sure y'all give me a follow at Stephen the Dream. That's STEPHENTHA Dream. We're going up all 2020. Fuck coronavirus. Fuck a racist. Y'all know that's how I feel.
And all of that.
For sure, for sure. All right, man. It's This, That, and the Third interview series. Stephen the Dream, Mary Mack. We out.
We out.